Martin Campbell discusses why Henry Cavill lost out on being James Bond twice. Because he was too young, Henry Cavill was passed over for the James Bond part in Casino Royale. Daniel Craig may have become James Bond, but Henry Cavill was passed over because he was too young. The Witcher and Man of Steel actor tried out for the part of Seven in Casino Royale, but Craig was picked by director Martin Campbell. The first movie in the most recent James Bond adventure series was Casino Royale. Over a 15-year period, Craig portrayed the renowned spy in 5 different movies. Prior to taking on the role of Bond, Craig was primarily recognized for his TV and smaller film appearances. However, his portrayal of Bond elevated his career to new heights. His prominent roles prior to becoming James Bond included those in Lara Croft, Tomb Raider and Road to Perdition. Following his transformation into Bond, he also acted in Logan Lucky, Cowboys and Aliens, and, possibly most famously, as Detective Benoit Blanc in Rian Johnson's Knives Out and Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery. Although Craig has unquestionable acting talent, his time as Bond undoubtedly had a significant role in his career. Both Cavill's and the British national's destiny might have been different. In an interview with Express UK, Campbell explained his decision to cast Craig as James Bond rather than Cavill. Campbell remarked, "He looked great in the audition. He did an amazing job acting. And look, Henry would have been a great Bond if Daniel hadn't existed. He was extremely well-groomed, extremely sculpted, and incredibly attractive. He simply appeared a little too youthful for the period." With Daniel Craig's tenure as James Bond coming to an end, the issue now becomes, who will be James Bond's successor? Is Cavill a possibility to play the part? Was there still a chance for Cavill to reach 7? Campbell responded. Unfortunately, his response may come as a letdown to those who expected him to be a polished and slick agent. "I believe they sign on for 3 Bonds, though I'm not positive about that. I am aware that when we did Pierce, he had to sign on to 3. That means it will require, perhaps, 6 years of your life. Daniel probably the same arrangement. And that's what the next man is going to have to do. Henry is 40 years old, so by the time he finishes the 3rd one, he will be 50, and everything beyond that will take 2 or 3 years per Bond. Henry, he's in good health and a nice man." Ironically, despite his impressive performance in the audition, he was too young. Although Cavill appears to be getting close to the age at which he would be too old to play Bond, Campbell's response was not a categorical nay. Though Cavill may have been too young and too old to portray James Bond, his career has continued to grow without that added incentive. His next ventures in the action and fantasy genres are a reflection of his success from his performances as Superman and Geralt of Rivia. Cavill will both star and produce a Warhammer 40K film. In addition, he will play the lead roles in Matthew Vaughn's Argyll and Guy Ritchie's The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Therefore, even if fans of Cavill may not have seen him in the role of James Bond, they will still get to see a lot more exciting performances from him in the future.